Hello, Dexter fans, and welcome to another Dexter-related video. Since we're not going to be getting a new episode of Dexter Original Sin this week on Paramount Plus / Showtime, I thought it was a good time to do another Dexter Resurrection-related video, going over the news, the speculation, and something that I think should happen on Dexter Resurrection. Although I don't expect that it will, but I think it should, as filming for that show actually starts this week. Now, as at the time of this recording, which it's Sunday, January 5th, filming hasn't started yet. I plan on uploading this video on Friday, January 10th at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. So if there's some news that comes out, I might add clips to this video just to cover that news. But before I get into my news and speculation about Dexter Resurrection, this video will contain spoilers. It'll contain spoilers for Dexter, Dexter New Blood, and even possibly Dexter Original Sin. So if you haven't watched every single episode thus far of Dexter that's been released, I highly recommend that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're a fan of what you've seen thus far, if you could hit that subscribe button to help me out, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm a massive Dexter fan. I've reviewed every single episode of Dexter, Dexter New Blood, all the episodes thus far of Dexter Original Sin, and then, of course, come this summer, I'll be reviewing all the episodes of Dexter Resurrection. I've got some Dexter-related videos on this channel that I think you should watch if you haven't done so already, so with about 20 seconds left to go in this video, which will be at the end screen, I'll put my most recent seasons ranked of Dexter right there, which I'll have to redo after Season 1 of Original Sin, as well as after Season 1 of Dexter Resurrection. I'll put my top 35 favorite characters of Dexter, which includes Dexter New Blood and Dexter right here. I'll probably redo that video after Season 1 of Resurrection. I'll put my villain / antagonist ranked of Dexter right there with 20 seconds left to go. And then I'll put my Dexter New Blood finale, Sins of the Father, original review right there. So if you want to check any of those videos out, please do so and let me know what you think in the comments section. So if you're a fan of Dexter, Dexter New Blood, Dexter Original Sin, or already a fan of Dexter Resurrection and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure to Hulk smash the like button, share the video with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on my news and speculation regarding Dexter Resurrection, as well as my potential thoughts on a resurrection of another character aside from Dexter. I respond to all comments, and also in the comment section will be Crazy Coffee Man and T. Parker Evans. So if you have comments for them, you certainly can ask them comments as well. And then last but certainly not least, if you haven't done so already, hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel. You're watching the video anyway. Join the team, share your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV. So starting things off, you had the most recent San Diego Comic-Con from last summer, where we had the Dexter Original Sin panel, moderated by Sarah Michelle Gellar, that also had Clyde Phillips, Scott Reynolds, Christian Slater, Molly Brown, and of course, our new young Dexter, Patrick Patty Gibson. And then they announced that Dexter himself, Michael C. Hall, would be returning as the narrator of the show. Kind of expected that, but still good to hear. But at the end of this panel, in addition to Clyde Phillips telling us that Dexter Original Sin would be coming out in December, it's announced that they're having a new show called Dexter Resurrection coming out in the summer of 2025, starring Michael C. Hall. Apparently, it was really cold at the end of Dexter New Blood. And then, of course, we find out in the very first episode of Dexter Original Sin, titled In the Beginning, spoiler alert, we have events that take place directly after Dexter New Blood, where eventually Dexter's at the hospital and he now has a heartbeat. So, in my opinion, this should have been the plan all along. Why it wasn't, apparently, Michael C. Hall wanted to be done with the role of Dexter, so he decided to come back for Dexter New Blood to, okay, we'll have one more season, but that'll be it. But Dexter New Blood was so popular, even though the ending sucked in my opinion, that he thought about it for a while, and then, I don't know when it exactly happened, but he called Clyde Phillips and said, Dexter's in my blood, Dexter's in your blood. If we can find a way to undo what we did and make Dexter come back and make it work, I'm down. Let's do it. Clyde Phillips in the writing room obviously found a reason or a way to do it. which I can't believe that they didn't do this from the beginning, but I get it if Michael C. Hall wanted to be done with the show. But, of course, Dexter New Blood was such a hit, they're probably paying him a lot more money this time to essentially be the top show for Paramount+. So that's what we kind of get with the whole announcement of Dexter Resurrection. Obviously, not everything happened right away. And then we found out that Dexter Resurrection, the plan is to go multiple seasons. I'm sure it will do good ratings-wise. I expect this show to go at least 3 seasons. It might even go like 6 seasons. Hey, it's J-Dev from the future recording this segment of the video on Thursday, January 16th at about 7:10 Central Time. When I originally did this video, there were rumored casting announcements. Well, those cast members have been confirmed. So obviously, we're getting Michael C. Hall back as Dexter. We are also getting David Zayas returning as Angel Batista in a recurring role. So it's not just a cameo. Batista's back, baby. We also have it confirmed that Jack Alcott is coming back as Harrison. Of course, he played Harrison in Dexter New Blood. I would have preferred Jaden Wells, but obviously we just had Jack Alcott, so it kind of makes sense. And then this was something I was a little bit surprised by. James Remar is returning as a recurring cast member who played Harry in the first 8 seasons of Dexter, was noticeably absent in Dexter New Blood, and then, of course, Christian Slater plays Harry in Dexter Original Sin. So I thought he was just going to be a cameo, kind of like how John Lithgow was a cameo in Dexter New Blood for a very short scene. But James Remar is back as a recurring character, and it might have something to do with the fact that Jennifer Carpenter, who plays Deb, is busy with something else right now, and maybe she can't commit a lot of time to Dexter Resurrection. She's not confirmed by any means yet, but maybe she's not available as much as she wants to be, or not available at all. So those are the cast members that have been confirmed thus far. And then there are strong rumors that Peter Dinklage, who played Tyrion Lannister in Game of Thrones, will be in it, as well as Gillian Anderson, who was in the X-Files TV show. Initially, I had heard that Uma Thurman was going to be a part of it, or Gillian Anderson. Apparently now it's going to be Gillian Anderson again. Those are not confirmed yet. I have not seen a press release, but those are what the rumors are. And now I'll kick it back to J-Dev from the past to talk about characters who I want to return and a good way to bring them back. Now I'll go over something that I think should happen in Dexter Resurrection, although I don't expect it to actually happen. To all the producers, to all the writers, and all the stars of Dexter Resurrection that watch this channel, I can speak for almost the entire fan base when I tell you that we hate the character of Harrison, played by Jack Alcott. Because of what he did to Dexter at the end of Dexter New Blood, we don't like him. I understand Harrison being upset that his coach, Logan, was supposedly murdered by Dexter, but keep in mind, this is a coach that Harrison had just met within the last month. I don't know the exact time frame of Dexter New Blood, but it's like 3 weeks to a month where all those events take place. So he's upset that a guy that he just met was supposedly murdered. And I say supposedly, while I think the intention was to kill Coach Logan off, he easily now could be brought back to life simply because that Dexter's coming back to life. So they could say, actually, Logan just got knocked out somehow. I don't know how they could do it, but he could easily still be alive. But for him to be that upset to kill his dad over that simply just annoys the entire fan base. So what exactly do? You could still bring in Jack Alcott. That's not a problem. But what if he's not the real Harrison? Remember, this show wasn't supposed to continue. So in the very first episode of Dexter New Blood titled Cold Snap, this kid shows up that Dexter hasn't seen in a very long time, asks if he's Dexter Morgan. It's me, Harrison, your son. And we're supposed to believe that. And then in the second episode of Dexter New Blood titled Storm of Fuck, he tells Dexter that Hannah McKay died of pancreatic cancer. But what if Hannah McKay isn't dead either? I mean, we didn't see Hannah die. Just because this character that says he's Harrison says that Hannah McKay died, doesn't mean it's true. I mean, like I said, this wasn't supposed to happen. This Dexter New Blood or Dexter Resurrection wasn't supposed to happen for another season. So I think they could potentially have this fake Harrison potentially team up with Hannah McKay, and maybe Hannah's the brains behind all this happening because Hannah can play a really good antagonist as well as a protagonist. And she could be really pissed that Dexter, he initially intended to die, but then kind of left because he didn't want to deal with people dying around him anymore. So she could be out for revenge against Dexter for what he did, leaving this kid with her in her care. Or this fake Harrison could be, hurting the real Harrison and Hannah McKay and maybe holding them ransom somewhere. It could be a really long plot point that could last a few seasons. But I think they should bring in a different Harrison, possibly the original, well, not the original Harrison, but the most recent older Harrison that we had in the original Dexter run, played by Jaden Wells. I don't know if he's still acting, but if somehow, some way he would come back, at least that would actually be the real Harrison. And you could also bring back Hannah McKay, because Hannah McKay, like her hater, which most of you do hate Hannah McKay, she's one of the most important characters in the Dexter universe, in my opinion. Dexter's true love, in my opinion. And if she can't be with Dexter anymore because, whatever the case may be, maybe he really likes Angela Bishop still, have her be the antagonist. Have Dexter actually kill Hannah at some point. If that's, as long as Hannah McKay comes back to the show and we actually get an on-screen death, if death is her ultimate demise, fine. Let's have her have an on-screen death. So all you Hannah haters can cheer, and at least I'll be happy that Hannah came back, even though that she ends up dying. But I think that would be a route to go, simply because the show wasn't supposed to have another season. That was supposed to be the end of Dexter. The possibilities are endless, but I don't think the writing team is creative enough to make any of those things work. And apparently, Clyde Phillips really doesn't want to rehash anything that happened after Dexter season 4. But I mean, you should have had Evelyn Vogel be in Dexter Original Sin, at least teaching Harry teach Dexter the code, but they didn't do that. But I don't know if it's going to happen. I highly doubt it. But I feel like Hannah McKay should somehow be involved in Dexter Resurrection, and not just as a hallucination. She should be alive again, at least to start, and that should be a fake Harrison, just so people hate him so much. Wait a minute, that's not the real Harrison. We love Harrison again. So that's what should happen. But if Hannah McKay doesn't come back, and that's the real Harrison, and eventually Dexter and Harrison will reunite and be a family again, you need to complete that family. And unfortunately, Angela Bishop of Iron Lake just isn't going to cut that. So they need to do the show justice and bring back a character that left at the end of season 5, and that would be Lumen Pierce, played by Julia Stiles. Yes, Lumen Pierce, that decided that she didn't want to deal with that shit anymore. She was done with that. She doesn't want to kill anybody anymore. Dexter needs a wife or a companion. Angela Bishop, I don't think is that person. So bring back Lumen Pierce. She had good chemistry with Dexter. She got along with the baby Harrison, and you could bring Lumen Pierce back. That way you have a love interest for Dexter. Now, when that happens, I don't know. But whatever happens in Dexter Resurrection, I do want them to bring back Lumen Pierce, because she is a loose end and something needs to be done with her. I just don't know what Julia Stiles' availability is right now, what she's working on. But if she can come back for an episode, a season, whatever the case may be, you do need to bring back Julia Stiles to have her in the show, regardless of what they do with Dexter Resurrection. But I do want Hannah back, at least alive initially, because I feel like killing her off screen is just not the ideal thing to do, and it was bad writing, in my opinion. So those are my thoughts and the news and speculation about Dexter Resurrection. Again, if you're a fan of Dexter, Dexter New Blood, Dexter Original Sin, or already a fan of Dexter Resurrection and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure that you Hulk smash the like button, share this video with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on the news, the speculation, and what I want to happen in Dexter Resurrection, being fake Harrison, Hannah coming back, and Lumen Pierce being involved. Remember, T. Parker Evans and the legendary Crazy Coffin Man will also be in the comment section. Let's have a discussion. All you Dexter fans, now's the time to talk. And then last but certainly not least, you're watching the video anyway, so don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.